Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Blue Mountain Battalion Commissioning Ceremony for 2022. Please rise and remain standing for the arrival of the official party and the commissionees. Today's officiating party includes John Jones, Dickinson College president. Our keynote speaker, Lieutenant General Laura Potter, Deputy Chief of Staff G2. Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Kravsky, Blue Mountain Battalion ROTC Professor of Military Science. Master Sergeant Jacoby Summer, Blue Mountain Battalion Senior Military Instructor. And U.S. Army Chaplain Colonel Edward Franklin. Today's commissionees include Josiah Livingston Acosta, Olivia Dameron Berardi, Thomas Allen Brunel, Joshua Earl Card, Lena Michelle Clancy, John Anthony Gastright, Stephen Henry Hahn, Spencer Elihu Hedges, Emily Ray Hull, Liam Elliott Houston, Austin Michael Kinney, Liam Kurtz Reardon, Evan Harris Rosenberg, Leonel Salinas Ayala, and Kevin James Stahl. Please remain standing for the national anthem and the invocation. Singing the national anthem today is Eli Getz, Dickinson class of 2022.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Eli. Ladies and gentlemen, we now invite Chaplain Franklin to offer the invocation.
Let us pray. Our God, our Creator, as we gather on this special day of commissioning, we are reminded that the completion of goals brings the challenge of new opportunities. We thank you for providing these young men and women the gifts of determination and persistence to earn this commission. We thank you for the family and friends that supported and encouraged them, for officers, NCOs, and staff that modeled effective leadership, and for the strength to face the hard work it took to complete this program. We pray that you will go with them in the days and years ahead as they continue to face the challenges and rewards of leading the soldiers who wear our nation's cloth. May they never lose sight that they are being entrusted to lead our nation's greatest resource, its sons and daughters. And may they also look to you for the wisdom to lead well. For it is in your name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Now I'd like to introduce the Blue Mountain Battalion Professor of Military Science, Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Krupski.
Chaplain Franklin, thank you so much for that poignant invocation. We're so fortunate to have our proximity to the War College and be able to have you here. We are all gathered here today, distinguished guests, mentors, cadre, friends, and family, to honor not an end, but a beginning. A beginning of commissioned service to the Republic for 15 graduates from Dickinson, Gettysburg, Messiah, and Millersville. On behalf of the cadre of the Blue Mountain Battalion, I want to thank all of you here who have devoted yourselves to the development of these young men and women that we see here on stage. In line with our vision, I'm proud to say that these graduates are technically and tactically competent leaders who are physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually prepared to lead soldiers in peace and war with a commitment to serving our nation. To the commissionees, untold thousands of soldiers await your leadership. I cannot wait to see all that you achieve. I hope I played a small part in helping you on that journey. It's been the highest honor of my career to be your PMS these past 2 years. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our honored guest today, Lieutenant General Laura Potter. Lieutenant General Potter is one of our own, having commissioned out of Dickinson and has taken the mountain in every assignment of her career. The Army's current Deputy Chief of Staff for Intelligence, she's led the United States Army Intelligence Center of Excellence in Fort Huachuca, United States European Command's Intelligence Directorate, and United States Army Europe's Intelligence Division. She's deployed around the world, including Iraq and Afghanistan, over the past third of a century of her service. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor, and please welcome Lieutenant General Laura Potter.
President Jones, distinguished guests, faculty, and staff, proud members of the family and friends of the Blue Mountain Battalion, and of course, our guests of honor, these outstanding cadets and soon-to-be commissioned officers in the United States Army. Good afternoon and welcome. I extend a special welcome to the distinguished representatives of the institutions that make up the Blue Mountain Battalion: Dickinson College, Penn State Harrisburg, Gettysburg College, Millersville University, Messiah University, and Franklin and Marshall. It is an honor and a privilege and my absolute pleasure to be back at Dickinson College, my alma mater, and I'm always so proud to say that. I'm here representing the Secretary of the Army, the Honorable Christine Wormuth, and the Chief of Staff of the Army, General James C. McConville, to welcome these outstanding new officers, members of our next generation of Army leaders. Dickinson College and the Carlisle area are deeply rooted in military history. Just down the road is Carlisle Barracks, home of the U.S. Army War College, and the oldest military installation in the United States Army. Before the Civil War, Dickinson graduated a President of the United States, James Buchanan, a Secretary of War, William Wilkins, and recipient of the Medal of Honor, Colonel Horatio Collins King. During World War World Wars I and II, colleges and universities across the country hosted student Army training corps units as precursors to the establishment of what we now know as the Reserve Officer Training Corps program. This year, the Blue Mountain Battalion celebrates its 70th anniversary, and Gettysburg College will be celebrating its 100th anniversary of the founding of its ROTC battalion. In the 1970s, Dickinson College's battalion expanded with formalized cross-enrollment agreements with the colleges and universities that I mentioned. And collectively, these institutions have consistently exceeded the Army's expectations in terms of the number and the caliber of talent that they commission. The Blue Mountain Battalion has a hard-earned reputation for excellence, and I am proud to call myself an alum. Some of our most notable alumni include Major General retired David Meade, a 1962 grad, who retired after being the commanding general of 10th Mountain Division, where I was the platoon leader in the early 90s, and my husband was a company commander. And also a distinguished alumni, Colonel retired Woody Goldberg, class of 1963. Colonel Goldberg, who many of us know and love, has tirelessly supported the Blue Mountain Battalion as one of Dickinson's most committed champions, and is here today to celebrate this new chapter with our commissionees. Whether you are going into the active Army, the Reserves, or the National Guard, you have proven yourselves already as leaders among your peers, and you have made a commitment to serve your nation, and that makes each and every one of you incredibly special. The leadership and values instilled in you by your academic institutions and by this ROTC battalion provide you the foundation of lifetime leadership and service in your communities and to your country. In this regard, I am confident that your distinguished cadre and staff have set you up for success. Lieutenant Colonel Krupski and Master Sergeant Summer, you and your team of officers, non-commissioned officers, and civilians have done a fantastic job. Thank you all for molding and preparing these young men and women for leading our soldiers. Please join me, everyone, in giving them a round of applause. Of course, I would be remiss if I did not also recognize the family and friends of these outstanding cadets, whether present with us today in the audience or virtually or with us in spirit. So now is the time for class participation. So please raise your hand if you're related to a cadet or a very dear friend of a cadet. Okay, keep your hands up. Now everybody look around at the hands. All of you are about to join the United States Army. So first I want to thank you for all that you have already done. Your continued love, support, and guidance through your devotion to your cadet instilled in these young men and women the values of hard work, discipline, and the importance of service above self to our great nation. But the reason I told you that you have also joined the Army is because your work is not over. Your lieutenant, as do all of our soldiers in the Army, will lean on a network of family and friends throughout their careers, and they will need you. I recall my parents sitting in this audience, and as I headed off on my first tour to Korea and my second tour in a disaster relief mission in Florida after a terrible hurricane, and my third tour during a very, very difficult move for me, at every step of the way, my family and my friends, to include my fellow Dickinson graduates, were there for me. So your work is not over. These leaders will soon experience one of the most significant and demanding undertakings of responsibility in their lives, leading and caring for our soldiers. They are ready, and that is in large part due to you, so you should all be very proud. Now on to our honorees. First, congratulations to all of you. I am so excited for you, and I'm incredibly excited for our Army, and I'm going to give you 3 reasons why. First, we are a people business. We are a people profession of arms. People are our #1 priority, and we have a people strategy that underpins that. General McConville, the 40th Chief of Staff of the Army, believes in putting people first and that winning matters. and those two concepts are inextricably linked. As lieutenants in the Army, you will likely lead a platoon, the most rewarding position I held as a young officer. And you will be very fortunate to have a platoon sergeant from the greatest non-commissioned officer corps in the world. And if your platoon sergeant is anything like mine was, he or she will take pride in your development. So listen to those NCOs. America has entrusted these young soldiers to you, and how you take care of them and their families is vital to how we keep the Army ready and strong. It requires developing trained, disciplined, and fit teams that are resilient, but it also requires the care and the empathy that comes with leading men and women of diverse backgrounds with myriad challenges in their lives. Leading soldiers and developing leaders is the most important and most fulfilling thing you will do for our Army, and they and you need to be ready for any mission we give you. The global environment is as complex as I have seen it in 33 years of doing intelligence work. From a war in Europe to threats from China and North Korea in the Pacific, to humanitarian and disaster relief missions abroad and at home, to the impacts of climate change. No matter what mission challenges our nation, the Army gets a call, and your job is to serve and to be ready. Number two, we need you to be dynamic, innovative agents of change. Our Army is in the midst of the greatest period of military modernization in the last 40 years. We are writing new doctrine for multi-domain operations that incorporates cyber and electronic warfare in space. We're developing new cutting-edge weapon systems, including long-range precision fires, future vertical lift systems, missile defense, our next generation of combat vehicles, intelligence collection systems, and electronic warfare. And we're evolving into a data-centric Army with a resilient warfighting network and advanced capabilities to deal with vast amounts of data. You grew up that way, but you have to lead the Army into the future with concepts like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and software coding that will be on our weapons platforms and equally on our networks. They will fundamentally change the way we fight. You will field these systems as lieutenants and captains, but as I noted about the 40-year period that this modernization refreshes the Army in, you're going to live and bring those systems into the Army, and you're going to lead the Army of the future. The third is the fact that your opportunities are unlimited. And in that regard, when I was sitting in your chair, I told my mom and dad, I'm going to be in the Army for about 3 to 5 years. I want to command a company, I want to make the rank of captain, I want to jump out of airplanes, and then I have a different plan. But what I will tell you is, once you join the United States Army, you will learn that your opportunities are unlimited. So first, you must become a lifelong learner. Today marks a temporary halt to your research and your study. But to be successful in our profession, you must be a lifelong learner. As President Kennedy stated, leadership and learning are indispensable to each other, and you will experience that throughout your career. The second is to be confident. And we grow our confidence by first being a lifelong learner, and second, being passionate and committed about any job the Army puts you in. And the third is to map out what you want to do in your career and have fun. Soldiers will be drawn to your leadership, and they'll want to know that you work hard and that you're passionate and that you're committed, but they'll also want you to know that you love the Army profession the same way that I do. Our nation's Army is the best in the world, and your joining its ranks makes it stronger. Shortly, we will recite the oath. Our oath is simple and deliberately unconditional, pledging loyalty not to an individual or to a party, but to the Constitution of the United States. And it's one of the things that makes our democracy great. The nation, the Army, the American people, and our allies and partners around the globe are putting their trust in you to take care of our soldiers and citizens, to get the mission done here and abroad, and to live and breathe the Army values. As you raise your right hand, understand and appreciate the significance of your commitment to our nation and its sons and daughters that you will lead. In closing, I remind you that you're embarking on a new and exciting journey in service to our country. And I know I am speaking for the American people when I say thank you for having the courage to make such a noble and honorable decision. Thank you for choosing to be part of something greater than yourself. I am proud, and I look forward to the extraordinary leadership and character that you will share with our Army. Be proud of your accomplishments. Family and friends, be equally proud, and know, all of you, that you're ready for what we're about to ask you to do. Congratulations. I wish you every success as you begin this new chapter of your life story. It will prove an inspiring and rewarding experience, so get excited. People first, winning matters, Army strong.
Ma'am, thank you for those inspiring words. On behalf of the Blue Mountain Battalion, I'd like to present you a battalion coin as a token of our appreciation. Thank you.
At this time, we will recognize this year's distinguished military graduates. Through their demonstrated excellence in academics, fitness, and leadership, these cadets have reflected the Army's values and exceeded the standard. The designation of distinguished military graduates is bestowed upon cadets deemed to be in the top 20% of all graduating cadets in the nation. The following cadets, please stand to be recognized. Cadets Josiah Acosta and Thomas Bromell. Please welcome John Jones, President of Dickinson College.
Good afternoon to all. To our distinguished alum, Lieutenant General Potter, so good to see you. Lieutenant Colonel Krupski, my good friend with whom I've worked extensively over my presidency this year, distinguished guests, future leaders, family members, all of you. This is a day to celebrate. I'm honored to make the annual presentation of the John Dickinson Sabre to one of our graduating cadets. And again, let me thank Lieutenant General Potter for those totally inspiring remarks and for being with us today. You are a model for all Dickinsonians, particularly our cadets who are here today. What a role model you are. And the only person who's more honored and thrilled to have you here is Colonel Goldberg, who's very happy to see you, and we're delighted to welcome you back to Dickinson. My congratulations to the soon-to-be second lieutenants and their families and friends with us here today as these young people take the oath of office and voluntarily shoulder the responsibility of leadership in our United States Army. For this, we are all proud and grateful. Let's all give a special welcome to the families of the 15 cadets being commissioned today from Dickinson, Millersville University, Gettysburg College, and Messiah University. Again, let's welcome our guests and family members. I know that this commissioning ceremony is a proud and long-standing tradition at Dickinson, and one that often brings back ROTC alumni. If there are any Blue Mountain Battalion alumni in the audience, would you please stand at this time and be recognized? I would now like to carry on another long-standing tradition. Each year, we recognize the top ROTC graduate with the presentation of the John Dickinson Sabre. Now, you may wonder why the sabre is named after John Dickinson. For those unfamiliar with Dickinson College's history, you should know that our founder, Benjamin Rush, chose to name this college after his good friend, John Dickinson. John Dickinson was then serving as governor of Pennsylvania. He was an early benefactor of the college and served as the first president of the Board of Trustees after Dickinson was chartered in 1783. Governor Dickinson was a key figure in the birth of our country. He played a central role in the drafting of several documents that came to serve as the foundation of our new nation. As the tension between America and England mounted, Dickinson became an influential participant in the critical discussions that led to the ratification of the Declaration of Independence. Once the war began, Dickinson joined the militia, becoming one of the few members of the Continental Congress to actually serve. He eventually achieved the rank of Brigadier General. The John Dickinson Sabre Award continues the Dickinson tradition of acknowledging the importance of distinguished military service and leadership. The Sabre is awarded annually to the senior cadet who has displayed outstanding service to his or her college, the community, and the ROTC unit, as well as displaying exemplary traits of character. This year's recipient is Cadet Emily Hull. Cadet Emily Hull, you can clap. That's okay. Cadet Emily Hull has been an outstanding scholar, athlete, and leader. She served as the Blue Mountain Battalion Public Affairs Officer in the fall and Battalion Executive Officer for the spring 2022 semester. At Dickinson, Emily has played goalie for the women's soccer team and joined the track and field team as a thrower in her senior year. She has been a key member of the Ranger Challenge team in her junior and senior years, helping propel the Blue Mountain Battalion's team to our best finish of the decade. She excels in the classroom as a psychology major with a high GPA. Emily is branching military intelligence with a branch detail to armor. Emily's selection for the prestigious John Dickinson Sabre Award, which has been presented each year at this ceremony since 1956, bears testimony to her outstanding leadership, skills, and academic credentials. Congratulations, Cadet Emily Hull, one of our own. We're so proud of you.
Next, we will transition these cadets into United States Army officers by reading the commissioning orders and administering the long-awaited oath of office. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated while the official party stands. To all who shall see these presents greeting, know ye that reposing special trust and confidence in the patriotism, valor, fidelity, and abilities of Josiah Livingston Acosta, Olivia Dameron Berardi, Thomas Allen Bramell, Joshua Earl Card, Elena Michelle Clancy, John Anthony Gastright, Stephen Henry Hahn, Spencer Elihu Hedges, Emily Ray Hull, Liam Elliott Houston, Austin Michael Kinney, Liam Kurtz Reardon, Evan Harris Rosenberg, Leonel Salinas Ayala, and Kevin James Stahl. I do appoint them second lieutenants in the United States Army to rank as such from the 21st day of May 2022. These officers will therefore carefully and diligently discharge the duties of the office to which appointed by doing and performing all manner of the things this unto belonging. And I do strictly charge and require those officers and other personnel of lesser rank to render such obedience as is due officers of this grade and position. And these officers are to observe and follow such orders and directions from time to time as may be given by the President of the United States of America or other superior officers acting in accordance with the laws of the United States of America. This commission is to continue in force during the pleasure of the President of the United States of America, under the provisions of those public laws relating to officers of the armed forces of the United States of America, and the component thereof in which this appointment is made. Done at the city of Washington, D.C., this 21st day of May in the year of our Lord, 2022. Signed, Christine E. Warmoth, Secretary of the Army. At this time, Lieutenant General Parter will administer the oath of office.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. I, having been appointed a second lieutenant in the United States Army. Having been appointed a second lieutenant in the United States Army. Do solemnly swear. Do solemnly swear. That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith. That I will bear true faith. And allegiance to the same. And allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely. That I take this obligation freely. Without mental reservation. Without mental reservation. Or purpose of evasion. Or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully. And that I will well and faithfully. Discharge the duties. Discharge the duties. Of the office upon which I am about to enter. Of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations.
In a moment, our new officers will individually come forward for the pinning ceremony to have their lieutenant rank attached by their parents or loved ones, and to receive their first salute. The first salute is a time-honored tradition between the officer corps and the non-commissioned officer corps. In accordance with the tradition, the officer awards a silver dollar to the first non-commissioned officer who salutes them after commissioning. The salute recognizes the new lieutenant's position of leadership, while the silver dollar represents a symbolic payment for the mentorship, support, and guidance received from the non-commissioned officer during their term as cadets. By accepting the coin, the non-commissioned officer reaffirms the enduring support provided by the NCO to the officer in the discharge of his or her duties. We will begin with Second Lieutenant Josiah Livingston Acosta. Pinning on Second Lieutenant Acosta's rank are his parents, Federico and Donna Acosta. Josiah graduated from Millersville University with a Bachelor of Arts degree in International Studies with minors in Arabic Studies and Military Science. He grew up in Levittown, New York, and graduated from Penn Foster High School in 2017. At Millersville, Josiah was in the Mixed Martial Arts Club. In the Blue Mountain Battalion, he participated in Ranger Challenge and held the positions of Squad Leader, Platoon Leader, Company Commander, and Ranger Challenge Commander. He also participated in Cadet Troop Leader training at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, before Advanced Camp this past summer. Josiah is branched in the Corps of Engineers in the Active Duty Army and will be heading to the Basic Officer Leader course at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri in August. Second Lieutenant Acosta has requested Sergeant First Class Alan Rivard to render the first salute.
Toppers forward, sir, through the breach.
Second Lieutenant Olivia Dameron Berardi. Pinning on Second Lieutenant Berardi's rank are her parents, Mario and Emily Berardi. Olivia graduated from Millersville University with a Bachelor of Arts in International Studies with minors in Arabic Studies and Military Science. She grew up in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, and graduated from Kennett High School in 2018. In the Blue Mountain Battalion, Olivia participated on the cannon crew team and held the positions of squad leader, platoon sergeant, battalion S2 officer, battalion S5 officer, and company commander. Olivia is branched armor in the active duty Army and will be heading to the basic officer leader course at Fort Benning, Georgia next year. Second Lieutenant Berardi has requested Sergeant First Class Alan Rivard to render the first salute.
Take him out, ma'am.
Second Lieutenant Thomas Allen Brummel. Pinning on Second Lieutenant Brummel's rank are his parents, Mark and Susan Brummel. Thomas graduated from Dickinson College with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science with a minor in Russian Studies. He grew up in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and graduated from Solanco High School in 2018. In the Blue Mountain Battalion, he was on the Ranger Challenge team and held the positions of squad leader, platoon leader, first sergeant, company commander, and battalion commander. Thomas is branched aviation in the active duty Army and is headed to Fort Rucker, Alabama for the basic officer leader course in August. Second Lieutenant Brummel has requested retired First Sergeant Ken Doman to render the first salute. Second Lieutenant Joshua Earl Card. Pinning on Second Lieutenant Card's rank are his mother, Celeste Card, and his significant other, Katie Bunch. Joshua graduated from Messiah University with a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanical Engineering. He grew up in Jarrettsville, Maryland, and graduated from Christian Liberty Academy in 2018. At Messiah, Joshua was a member of the Messiah University Collaboratory, the Engineering Landmine Neutralization Team, the Mechanical Engineering Pump Project, and was the treasurer of the Theology Club. In the Blue Mountain Battalion, he was on the Ranger Challenge team, participated in the Norwegian Foot March, the Army 10-miler, and received his gold German Proficiency Badge. He held the positions of squad leader, platoon sergeant, first sergeant, command sergeant major, and company commander. Joshua is branched infantry in the active duty Army and is headed to Fort Benning, Georgia for the basic officer leader course in July. Second Lieutenant Card has requested retired Master Sergeant Seth Long to render the first salute. Second Lieutenant Elena Michelle Clancy. Pinning on Second Lieutenant Clancy's rank are her parents, Chad and LaDonna Clancy. Elena graduated from Dickinson College with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Law and Policy and a minor in Economics. She grew up in Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania, and graduated from Boiling Springs High School in 2018. At Dickinson College, Elena participated in Student Senate, the Harris Society, and the Delta Nu sorority. She was also a quantitative reasoning tutor, an economics teaching assistant, class president during her junior year, and had the opportunity to study abroad in Toulouse, France. Elena is also an All-American runner for the 10,000-meter race and ran on the cross-country and track and field teams. In the Blue Mountain Battalion, she held the positions of platoon sergeant, company commander, battalion commander, and battalion S3 officer. Elena is branch adjutant general in the active duty Army and is headed to Fort Jackson, South Carolina for the basic officer leader course in August. Second Lieutenant Clancy has requested retired First Sergeant Ken Doman to render the first salute. Second Lieutenant John Anthony Gastright. Pinning on Second Lieutenant Gastright's rank are his parents, John and Kendra Gastright. John graduated Dickinson College with a Bachelor of Arts degree in International Studies with an East Asia concentration and a minor in Economics. He grew up in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, and graduated from Gonzaga College High School in 2018. At Dickinson College, John was on the varsity swim team and played on the club baseball team. In the Blue Mountain Battalion, he held the positions of team leader, squad leader, and battalion S1 officer. John is branched field artillery in the active duty Army and is headed to Fort Sill, Oklahoma for the basic officer leader course in October. Second Lieutenant Gastright has requested retired First Sergeant Ken Doman to render the first salute. Second Lieutenant Stephen Henry Hahn. Pinning on Second Lieutenant Hahn's rank are his mother and stepfather, Stephanie and Jason Shields. Stephen graduated from Gettysburg College with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Economics and a minor in Political Science. He grew up in Elizabethville, Pennsylvania, and graduated from Upper Dauphin Area High School in 2018. At Gettysburg, Stephen was in the Alpha Chi Rho fraternity, and in the Blue Mountain Battalion, he held the positions of squad leader, platoon sergeant, platoon leader, and company S3 shop assistant. Stephen is branched field artillery in the Pennsylvania National Guard and will be heading to Fort Sill, Oklahoma for the basic officer leader course in October. Second Lieutenant Hahn has requested his grandfather, retired Sergeant First Class Steve Reinsch, to render the first salute. Second Lieutenant Spencer Elihu Hedges. Pinning on Second Lieutenant Hedges' rank are his parents, Todd and Jen Hedges. Spencer graduated from Gettysburg College with a Bachelor of Arts degree in political science. He grew up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and graduated from Berwick Academy High School in 2018. At Gettysburg, Spencer was in the Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity. In the Blue Mountain Battalion, he held the positions of squad leader, platoon leader, company XO, and battalion command sergeant major. Spencer is branched infantry in the active duty Army and will be heading to Fort Benning, Georgia for the basic officer leader course next year. Second Lieutenant Hedges has requested retired Master Sergeant Seth Long to render the first salute. Second Lieutenant Emily Ray Hull. Pinning on Lieutenant Hull's rank are her parents, Ted and Jennifer Hull. Emily graduated from Dickinson College with a Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology. She grew up in Asheville, North Carolina, and graduated from Carolina Day School in 2017. At Dickinson College, Emily was on the women's soccer team and the track and field team, and she participated in Student Senate. In the Blue Mountain Battalion, she was on the Ranger Challenge team and participated in the Army 10-miler. She held the positions of squad leader, public affairs officer, and battalion XO. Emily is branched armor in the active duty Army and is headed to Fort Benning, Georgia for basic officer leader course this September. Second Lieutenant Hull has requested retired Master Sergeant Seth Long to render the first salute. Second Lieutenant Liam Elliott Houston. Pinning on Second Lieutenant Houston's rank are his parents, Ron and Susan Houston. Liam graduated from Dickinson College with a Bachelor of Arts degree in political science with a Security Studies certificate and a minor in history. He grew up in Bowdoin, Maine, and graduated from Mount Ararat High School in 2018. At Dickinson College, Liam was in the Liberty Cap Society, the Political Science Majors Committee, and worked in admissions. In the Blue Mountain Battalion, he held the positions of squad leader, platoon sergeant, battalion S3 officer, and battalion S4 officer. Liam is branched field artillery in the active duty Army and is headed to Fort Sill, Oklahoma for the basic officer leader course this September. Second Lieutenant Houston has requested retired Master Sergeant Long to render the first salute. Second Lieutenant Austin Michael Kinney. Pinning on second lieutenant's rank is Captain Aaron Lang. Austin graduated from Millersville University with a Bachelor of Science degree in secondary mathematics education with a minor in military science. He grew up in Myerstown, Pennsylvania, and graduated from Elko High School in 2016. In the Blue Mountain Battalion, Austin held the positions of squad leader, platoon leader, company first sergeant, and battalion S6 officer. Austin is branched adjutant general in the Pennsylvania National Guard. Second Lieutenant Kinney has requested Sergeant First Class Alan Rivard to render the first salute.
Take him out, sir. Good job.
Second Lieutenant Liam Kurtz Reardon. Pinning on his second lieutenant rank are his parents, Damien and Susan Reardon. Liam graduated from Dickinson College with a Bachelor of Arts degree in political science. He grew up in Larchmont, New York, and graduated from Pomfret School in 2018. At Dickinson College, Liam was on the men's lacrosse team who won the Centennial Conference Championship this past spring. In the Blue Mountain Battalion, he held the positions of squad leader, platoon leader, and company XO. He also got the opportunity to participate in cadet troop leader training at Fort Carson, Colorado, after advanced camp last summer. He also earned his gold in the German Armed Forces Proficiency Badge competition. Liam is branched armor in the active duty Army and is headed to Fort Benning, Georgia for a basic officer leader course at the end of this month. Second Lieutenant Reardon has requested retired First Sergeant Ken Doman to render the first salute. Second Lieutenant Evan Harris Rosenberg. Pinning on Second Lieutenant Rosenberg's rank are his parents, Eric and Catherine Rosenberg. Evan graduated from Dickinson College with a Bachelor of Arts degree in political science with a minor in French. He grew up in Media, Pennsylvania, and graduated from Pencrest High School in 2018. At Dickinson College, Evan was in the Delta Sigma fraternity and played on the club baseball team. In the Blue Mountain Battalion, he held the positions of team leader, and battalion S4 officer. Evan is branched field artillery in the active duty Army and is headed to Fort Sill, Oklahoma for a basic officer leader course in September. Second Lieutenant Rosenberg has requested retired First Sergeant Ken Doman to render the first salute. Second Lieutenant Leonel Salinas Ayala. Pinning on Second Lieutenant Salinas' rank are Sergeant First Class Alan Rivard. Leo graduated from Millersville University with a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration with a minor in military science. He grew up in Parksburg, Pennsylvania, and graduated from Aurora Area High School in 2017. In the Blue Mountain Battalion, Leo held the positions of platoon leader, company XO, company first sergeant, and cannon crew commander. He is branch quartermaster in the Reserve Army. Second Lieutenant Salinas have requested retired Staff Sergeant Dormita to render the first salute.
Take the mountains, sir, to the top.
Second Lieutenant Kevin James Stahl. Pinning on Second Lieutenant Stahl's rank are his parents, Jim and Judy Stahl. Kevin graduated from Gettysburg College with Bachelor of Arts degrees in Political Science and International Studies with minors in both Middle Eastern Studies and Islamic Studies. He grew up in Harmony, New Jersey, and graduated from Belvedere High School in 2018. At Gettysburg, Kevin was in the Phi Delta Theta fraternity and on the intramural water polo team. In the Blue Mountain Battalion, he held the positions of squad leader, platoon sergeant, battalion S3 assistant, battalion S2 officer, and battalion S5 officer. Kevin is branched armor in the active duty Army and will be heading to Fort Benning, Georgia for the basic officer leader course in December. Second Lieutenant Stahl has requested retired Sergeant Ernie Chavez to render the first salute. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to introduce to you Second Lieutenant Acosta, Second Lieutenant Berardi, Second Lieutenant Bramell, Second Lieutenant Card, Second Lieutenant Clancy, Second Lieutenant Gastrite, Second Lieutenant Hahn, Second Lieutenant Hedges, Second Lieutenant Hull, Second Lieutenant Houston, Second Lieutenant Kinney, Second Lieutenant Reardon, Second Lieutenant Rosenberg, Second Lieutenant Salinas, and Second Lieutenant Stahl. Please join me in a round of applause for the newest and most junior lieutenants in the United States Army. Thank you all once again for coming and sharing in this important moment with these fine young men and women, and thank you for your part that you have played in making them the leaders of character that they are today. As we conclude the commissioning ceremony, please stand for the benediction, followed by the playing the Army song. The words can be found in your program.
Now receive this benediction. May the hand of God be upon these officers and their families. May they find strength in the excellence of their training and preparation. And may God enable them to stay true to their oath to defend our Constitution, to discern what is right, good, and just, and to lead wisely and well. Empower them, O Lord, to walk into the future with faith, hope, and the courage to use their talents to serve our Army and our nation. And may your grace be upon them, and may your grace be upon us all. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Thank you for making this a special day for our lieutenants, their families, and the Blue Mountain Battalion. Please join us now for a reception and ceremonial cake cutting next door at the social hall in the hub.
He's a daughter and a